Okay, welcome to course EE3413, Analysis and Design of Control Systems. So in this lecture, I'm going to talk about some of the important things before we get it started. So we'll start with the Blackboard Learn. I think every student should know how to use it. In case you don't know how to use the Blackboard, so I'm going to show you some of the key things that I'm going to use for the class. So you can, so this is, I use the student view as you can see. So typically when you log into your Blackboard using your ABC123, you should see something like this. Of course, right now I don't have a lot of contents I can show you. Okay, so basically on the left side you have a couple of links you can click to, and buttons you click and see what's available. Basically includes this several pieces. I'm going to talk about each one. So the announcement, so the first one, you go to the left one, you have communication. So the first one is announcement. So this is where you can see all the announcement I'm going to send through the class. So typically we'll send announcements when we have a video, for example, posted, when we have a home due, we have a midterm. All important thing will be here. You can see announcement. Check announcements. The second one is the syllabus. Okay, I already uploaded the syllabus over here, so you can check the syllabus by clicking the link over here. So you will see the link and you will see the syllabus. Okay. Also the cross messages. Okay, cross messages. Let me click this one. So if I send a message to you in particular, for example, then you can see the message over here. So most likely I won't send you a message via Blackboard. I probably will send an email to you because I can check your email address. So please also don't send me to my to me via Blackboard a message. So I may not check this one very often. Okay. The other component is you can find over here include live sessions. So this one is when we have the live session. For example, when I have my office hours, so I will send an email telling you that when I'm going to host my office hour. So by that time I should be online live, so you can ask some questions about the lectures, about the topics, about the homeworks, anything you want to talk about. Okay, so I will have the live sessions mainly for my office hour. Okay, or if there's a request, we can have a live session. So most of the content will be asynchronous, which means I want to post everything via video, so you are supposed to learn the stuff by yourself on your own pace. Okay, this live session contents. So a key part over here will be content. So we'll post a lot of stuff or content. For example, I will post my lecture notes over here. I'll post my homework assignments over here. You expect to submit your homework solution online over here. So if you have folders over here, I will create folders once the school starts. Okay. So check your content very frequently. Okay. Of course, we also have discussions. Discussions won't be used very often from my previous experience, but you can post a question over here. If you want to post a question, so if you want to have something you want to discuss with me, you can post over here. But the easiest way for you to discuss with me is to send me email, and we can discuss in that way. Okay. If I find this is important for every student to know, I will either record a video or call a live session so we can discuss that, so every student can join. Okay. Tools. Okay, there's not much talk about the tools, so we don't use this one quite a lot. The last one is called a grade. Okay, you will see your grade. So if you don't want to miss anything important about your grades, you want to check this grade once the homework assignment was assigned, and you can check this one. Probably finish your homework. You will check your grade maybe in a few days, at most a week. Most of the time you check your grades. So one important thing for you to remember is once I post a grade over here, so please check carefully to see if you agree or disagree with grading. Okay, and then you can talk with the TA and or me about any question you might have about grading. But don't send me questions like 1 month later, because we cannot track everything down. Okay, if you suspect you have a question about your grade, and then it's better for you to contact TA and me within a week. Okay, after we post the grade. So check your grade very carefully, because that's apparently a very important part. Okay, so that's pretty much about the blackboard system. So like I mentioned, so announcement, important thing you want to remember: announcement, check the announcements, and refer the syllabus when you have a question. For example, what is my grading policy? Okay, and content, live session, and grade. That's probably the 5 things you want to do. You want to pay attention to. So announcement, syllabus, live sessions, content, and grades. Okay. All right. So that's about Blackboard. If you have any question, you can contact me, or I think also university can provide resources for you to know how to use Blackboard. Okay. Now let's move to the second part of my first lecture, which is talk about the syllabus, because that's very important. Okay. All right. So here's some important things that I want to emphasize for the syllabus. Of course, I still strongly recommend you read the syllabus very, very carefully, because that's the syllabus list all the important things you should remember, and also if there are any exceptions. For example, if you have to miss exams or homework, for example, what the policies are. Okay, and also how do we determine your final grades? Okay, so those important things you can find in the syllabus. So if you have any first question, you can contact me, ask me questions about specific policies. Okay, now let me briefly describe some important things that is included in the syllabus. Okay, so first of all, this is my name and also my contact information. So you can you can send me email. So that's the most convenient way for me to communicate with you. Okay, and also I list my office hour is a Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. or by appointment. Okay, you can send me appointment, say you want to talk with me live. Okay, so that's also okay. All right, so this is about the course introduction, the basic information for the course. So there's a prerequisite for this course, which is EGR 2323 or MAT 3253 or EE3413. Okay, so that's prerequisite. So for some students, you probably want a special request to take the class even if you have not taken the prerequisites. So that means you probably have to show the evidence why you don't need the prerequisite. Or if you're taking the course in summer, that can be approved if your grade is above a certain level. Okay. So some of the textbooks that are the material we use for the course. Okay, those are some of the important things that you can check. One is the first one is the required textbook. Even if I said required textbook, I mean, it's important to have it, but if you don't have it, that's okay. So most of my lecture will be self-contained, which means you don't have to refer to a textbook to learn some of the material in my lectures. Okay, so lectures should be self-contained. There are also some other two references. They're important. You can also get more insights about either how to do the simulation and how to get a better idea about some other control problem or examples. You can go to the reference 2 and reference 3. Okay, but you're not required to get a textbook. Okay. So major prerequisites by topic. So 4 major prerequisites by topic. One is application of mathematical principles to analysis of engineering problems, linear algebra and ordinary differential equations, frequency response and complex variables, mathematical modeling of systems. That's the 4 major prerequisites. Okay. So some of the topics that we cover in the class, including mainly those 7 topics. The first one is mathematical modeling of mechanical, electric, and mechanical systems, block diagrams, closed system characteristics, time and frequency response, Ralph's criterion, root locus construction design, and the other 3. I don't want to repeat everyone, but you can check this one. I'll talk about each topic in this course. So evaluation, that's probably one of the most important thing you want to keep in mind all the time. So because your final grade is very important. So this is the policy we set for your final grade. Okay, so the final grade will be determined based on the 5 factors. Okay, I'll give each one and the percentage. So your homework will account about 20%. So you will probably have about 7 to 8 homeworks totally for the class. Computer projects, we have 1 computer project with about 15%. And we have 2 midterms, 1 midterm, first midterm, second midterm, each one counts about 20%. We have 1 final exam, which is comprehensive, which means including everything we talk about in the class, will be about 25% total. So the total will be 100%. So the grading distribution is a policy. Okay, so the average, if you for the weighted average, you do this one. For example, your 20% of homework, 15% time your computer project, 20% time midterm 1, 20% time midterm 2, and 25% time final exam. That's your average. Okay, so if the average is at 90 or above, you get an A. So this includes the A minus, A, and A plus. You're not guaranteed to get an A straight. So you get an A. You could get an A minus. So roughly, if it's 93 or below, 90 to 93 will be A minus, and 93 to 97 will be A, and 97 above A plus. So the same rules apply to your B minus B and B plus. So basically, it will be 80 to 83 will be B minus, 83 to 87 will be B, and 87 above will be B plus. So this applies to 7, C, and D, and F. So that's the grading policy. So one thing I want to emphasize is we do not do curves. So in my course, we don't do curves, which means the grade is what you get. And I will talk about for the grading. So I'll pay attention to the steps you work on the problems, not the result, not only the results. What does that mean? So if I give you a homework and you're supposed to work on the question by steps, so even if you get the final answers incorrectly, so you still get the most grade if you follow the steps. So the steps and efforts more important than the final answer. Of course, if your final answer is not correct, you still won't get a 100%. But if your steps are correct, you will get the most grades. Okay, that's the policy. Okay. So I already reviewed the Blackboard at the very beginning. So most of the course material will be available at Blackboard. Okay, so for some course videos I will post, most course video I will post at YouTube. So it's kind of little easier for you to manage through. You don't have to log into Blackboard all the time, so it's easy to review the videos. So post at the YouTube. Okay, so I'll send emails about schedule announcements. The grade will be posted online. My notes will be posted online. The homework, midterm, finals, those will be posted online. So you expect to submit your homework solutions, midterm solutions, the finals online, final solution online. So the TA will grade that based on your submitted homework. Unless you have questions, for example, for some reason you cannot submit online. In that case, please submit your homework, midterm, final to both TA and me, so we have a record of that. In case you say you send me to TA and didn't agree, or you send to me and we didn't agree, so you have a duplicate. So both TA and I should be, you should send both TA and me if you cannot send me your homework, midterm, final online. Okay. So announcement. So since I will send a lot of announcements very frequently, so via Blackboard. So please make sure you forward your Blackboard mail to your regular mail. Okay, if you don't want to log into your Blackboard all the time, so you can forward your Blackboard email to your regular mail that you normally use. So that means you can get an email from me about an announcement very quickly. Okay. So the schedule. Okay, for the class time, we don't schedule time. So we have about 50 students. So it's a little bit hard to make this synchronous, given that it may not be either internet issue or you probably have your time conflict. So what we do is, I will post 2 videos every week. So this one I probably will post the videos a little bit earlier of the week, so you can watch 2 videos of the week and the question and then you can work on the homework question that I assigned. Okay, so those 2 videos will be posted per week. Okay. Of course, I will maintain at my office hour Friday from 4 to 5. That's time that you are supposed to meet me online if you have any questions. Okay, so by the end of every week, I assume every student should watch a video and get the concept, main concept, and even walk through some question by yourself. So in case you have questions, you can ask me every Friday between 4 and 5, or by appointment. You can also send an appointment if that time doesn't work for you. As I mentioned before, my preferred communication method is to send me email instead of send me email in a message in Blackboard. Okay, at Blackboard. Okay, a personal email will work the best. So recitation. So okay, we also have a recitation session. So the purpose of recitation session is to help you get any question clearly that I may not have time, or I may not answer your question clearly. Of course, you can send me email as one way. Okay, you don't ask you to always go to recitation to ask a question you cannot get clear from me. Okay, you can always ask me questions directly. So recitation can get actual help. So what the purpose of recitation is to try to close any question, any gap you might have. For example, the recitation session can be, you can ask a question, send an email to TA about any questions, any topics you want TA to go over. Even if it's a little bit, a few, let's say 2 weeks ago, and you still have questions about 2 weeks ago, I probably cannot have time to go over those. Then the TA can help you answer questions. The TA can post the videos online for you to watch. Okay, and also, of course, the TA will also hold the office hours so for you to ask questions. Okay. So one thing I want you to remember, please email TA topics, questions that you would like him to include in the video. So you will create a video to talk about those topics of questions. Okay. So here's the TA contact information. Okay. So here's the name, the email address. So his office hour is every Monday from 2 to 3 p.m. Okay. So for office hour, he will send an email about how he holds the office hour, like either he use Room or use Blackboard Ultra, okay, whatever he prefer to use. He will send a notification to everyone, so he will mentioning where and how he would hold the office hour. Okay, so as I mentioned, always it will be online, so it will be either a video, or like a live session, so you can ask questions or communicate with the TA. So recommendations. This is my recommendation. So two recommendations that I think are very important. One is ask questions very early. So both the TA and I won't know much about your status given the special situations. If we don't hear from you, we assume you're doing great. If not, we expect you to contact us very early, which means if you got a question, send an email or request anything from us or the TA, and we can go over the question with you. Okay, we can answer emails directly, or if the email doesn't work out, we can also plan a live session or even a phone, whatever way that works better for you. Okay. The second one is recommendation is to learn actively, which means some of the concept, I know this course will be still math intensive for some of you, maybe many of you. So it's kind of a little bit hard to digest all the contents or all the materials, especially if you are taking several courses. So to learn those concepts clearly, I think it's important to seek opportunity that can help you understand. For example, you want to find opportunity that you can apply what you have learned in the class, real world problems. Okay, that way I think it will help you learn the concept and the materials better. Okay, because I think the best way is always to learn everything is to apply, to see how things work. Okay, of course you are also welcome to discuss with me about any practical question you might have about how to apply some of the techniques in your personal problem. So that also can help you digest the topics and material in the course. Okay, so once again, so that's the brief introduction about the course. I hope this is it's very helpful for you to get familiar with what we're going to talk about and the policy we set for the course, and also the contact information and of myself and the TA. So we're happy to help you. So don't be discouraged by the difficult environment we're facing with, but we are always here to help. So like I said lastly, if you have questions, just reach out to me and we'll try our best to help. Thank you. I will see you in the next video about the introduction of the course.